everybody is to pop it here to go over this weekend's heavyweight clashes. That's right, this weekend's heavyweight clashes, starting with the WBC Heavyweight Championship. Deontay Wilder defends for his third defense against Artur Szpilka. Alright, we got Glazkov versus Martin for the vacant IBF title, which I think is a crock. Then we got David Haye making his comeback after 3.5 years off against Mori. Alright, we're going to start with Haye and Mori. It's going to be a pretty simple one in my opinion. Mori has never fought anything over a 1 or 2 star fighter maximum. BoxRec has the up to 5 stars. Several different people rank them, but I also have my own rankings for them, and I don't have anybody over 2 stars on his resume. Period. You got Haye making his comeback. May he show a little bigger ring rust. That's possible. But he's making the comeback. You got a guy that's 26-2 with 24 knockouts. Arguably got one of the best resumes in the heavyweight division now, not named Klitschko. I mean, his last 5 fights, he fought Derek Chisora, Vladimir Harrison, John Ruiz, Nicolo Valuev. I mean, which carries a combined record of 191, 19-2. I mean, that's 2 5-star fighters, a 4-star fighter, and a couple of 3 and 3.5-star fighter. All right. So, Mori's got a good record. He's 31-2. Okay, he carried 26 KOs, so that means he's got power. All right, as does Haye. The Haymaker. Is very well known. 26-2 with 24 KOs. He's lost twice. So, guys, I really don't see this being a close fight. I see this maybe Haye starting off a little slow, like I said, at best. But I don't see the fight going over. I'm going to predict David Haye to win inside of 10 maximum. This may only be a 10-round fight. I'm not positive. I didn't even check. So, but I don't see the fight going to the 10th round, so that's 9th round or less KO or TKO for David Haye. That's the way I see it, plain and simple. I don't really think I need to talk too much more about that fight. The next fight we're going to do is going to be Glazkov versus Martin, which I think is the vacant IBF title, which I think is a crock. I mean, because Fury is contractually obligated to give Klitschko his rematch. That's the way this works, guys. But there was a system instituted back in the 90s with a rotation system, and now it was the IBF's turn for the vacant mandatory, which Glazkov is the mandatory. Glazkov's the number 6 ranked heavyweight in the world, but the guy he's fighting is the number 41 ranked heavyweight in the world. This is supposed to be a Wilder opponent he's fighting here. Martin, nothing against Charles Martin. But his last, let's see, Martin's last 5 opponents: Vicente Sandez, Tom Dallas, Raphael Love, Damon McCrary, Kirsten Manswell. Okay? Yes, he's knocked them all out. He's 22-0-1 with 20 knockouts. But we got 2 2-star fighters and 3 1-star fighters there. Guys, that's not too impressive. It really ain't. And when you go over to Glazkov, you've got Manswell, same guy, 1-star fighter. Alright? Cunningham, 4.5, 4 to 4.5. Darnell Wilson, not the best record in the world, but he's a solid fighter, 3-star fighter. Okay? Derek Rossi, 2. Adamak, which is arguably the best, on any of these guys' resumes, but he's on 2 of them's resumes. He's on Glazkov's resume. He's also on Szpilka's resume. All right, both of them, had managed to beat him. So he's a 4.5 to 5-star fighter. Glazkov has that draw, and it comes against Malik Scott. All right, so we could go into quad theory here and say, okay, Wilder fought Scott, all right, and Szpilka and Glazkov fought Adamak, but Glazkov fought Scott to a draw, so on and so forth. We can just go on and on and on about that. But this fight right here, unless Charles Martin I I don't know. I mean, his last 5 opponents carry a record of 106, 28, and 1. Okay, you know, with Raphael Love being the powerhouse in the bunch at 35 wins. When you go to Glazkov, his last 5 are 155, 44, and 3. Now that's 49 and 2 without an act. You know, when he fought him. Malik Scott, I'm not even counting his, and he's at 35 and 0 when they fought. All right, Scott was. Rossi, 29 and 8. Wilson, like I said, not the best record in the bunch, but he's also got a hell of a resume. Wilson's kind of like, you know, I guess your name has to be Darnell or something. I mean, it ain't a Darnell Boone type of resume, don't get me wrong. But Steve Cunningham's a very solid fighter. I mean, it's a guy that Fury had to beat. You know, Manswell, you know, he lost to Martin, comes on up and loses to Glazkov. Glazkov trying to fill a spot, they said, you know, trying to fill a void, trying to get a match, trying to stay ready, because he was assuming that he would be next against Klitschko. You know, other than us, I don't think too many people picked Fury to win that fight. And I just, you know, the rematch is coming up. And who knows, I may go the other way on that one. Who knows? I mean, it's still early. I haven't even thought about it. I haven't thought about these fights a lot. More so the Wilder and Szpilka match than this one. And the Haye fight. The Haye fight, I just don't see. I mean, I could be wrong. Tomorrow may beat him, but I just don't see it. Okay, we're going to take Glazkov to win this fight right here by decision and become the new IBF champion. And we're going to have 3 champions at the end of Saturday night. We're going to have 3 heavyweight champions again, guys. This is getting sickening. It really is. It's getting sickening. And if they institute these PBC belts, and just who knows? I mean, well, Wilder will get the PBC belt, of course, so we'll still only have 3 champions. But let's get down to the meat, you know, to the meat and bones of this. You know, these shows, we're trying to cut them down to 15 minutes because we got those big long shows that we do every morning now. And Deontay Wilder and Artur Szpilka. Okay, let's go to our last 5 opponents. You know, for Szpilka, kind of square, not real good, 2.5 stars, our ranking. Quesada 1.5. You know, he TKO'd both of them guys in 2 and 3. Then he fought Ty Cobb. He had to go way back, took a time machine back to the 1920s, and he fought Cobb. And Cobb wasn't in his prime then. You know, he was more in his prime around 1912, Oh, wait a minute, we ain't talking about baseball, we're talking about boxing. Shit, my bad. But yeah, he fought Ty Cobb. TKO'd him in the 2nd, but he fought Adamek before that, okay? And he won a pretty solid unanimous decision over Adamek. And Adamek is arguably the best guy on either one of them's resume. You know, you got Stavern up here for Wilder. I'm not real impressed with Stavern anymore. You know, I really ain't. Especially when you look at Adamek. I mean, he beat Areola. He beat Cunningham. He beat just about everybody he could beat. He lost to Vitelli. He lost to Glazkov, Szpilka, and Chad Dawson. That's his losses, guys. Because a lot of people don't realize he started as a light heavyweight and worked his way up. He was a light heavyweight champion. He was a cruiserweight champion, and he went on to be a heavyweight champion at one time. But he beat Galata. He beat Jonathan Banks. You know, that's the trainer for Vladimir now. He beat Cunningham, Areola, Grant. I mean, he's beat some good fighters out in that cast. Yes, he did lose to Vitaly Klitschko. Now, the Adamek that Szpilka fought, was in his prime? Nah, probably not. He was 36, almost 37 years old at that time. But he was beat pretty handily, okay? Now, Brian Jennings is when you go on back to the fifth fight, go back 5, you know, to his 5th fight ago, and he lost that fight. That's his one loss. That's Szpilka's one loss on his record. And he lost in TKO in the 10th round of a 10-round fight. All right, that was Brian Bye-Bye Jennings, and that was right before he fought Klitschko. And Brian's lost 2 in a row now, I think. And so, but he's still a solid 3.5-star fighter. You know, like I said, Adamek's arguably the best guy on either one of them's resume. Let's get on up to Wilder right here, Duhafis. It's a 3-star fighter, guys, tops. Molina, 3-star. Stavern, I'm rating him 4.5 to 5, right with Adamek. although I don't think he deserves it. I think Adamak's got a better resume. Jason Gavin, I like Jason, but he's a 2-star guy. You know, Malik Scott, right here we go. Now he was 38-2-1, I think, whenever, or 36-1-1 whenever he fought Deontay Wilder, and Deontay crushed him, first round KO. You know, whereas he had that draw against Glazkov. Like I said, you go in this quad theory here, and that doesn't figure Szpilka in, but it says he should beat Glazkov. You know what I mean? But we all know the triangle theory and these quad theories, all that stuff. Throw all that out the window, man. Styles make fights, plain and simple. What it boils down to is, I seen Deontay Wilder exposed against Duhaupas and Molina. Both of them landed on him. All right, both of them landed, and Duhaupas landed pretty good on him, and which got me thinking this. He's not ready for Povetkin. You know, he's not ready for some of these bigger guns in the business. There's no doubt about it. And we'll be right back, guys. We got a 64-second commercial. Yeah, I'm here. We got. Alright, guys. Alright, we're back, everybody. The Prophet here. And we're doing Deontay Wilder and Artur Szpilka. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think this is his toughest challenge yet. Alright, now he's fighting a guy that's inside the top 20 in the world rankings. Alright, I think he's ranked at number 19 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Is he the best available opponent? No, not even close. I mean, according on paper, Glazkov was a better opponent. There's several of them that's better on paper. But he's better than Duhaupas, he's better than Molina, Gavin. You know, so he goes on and on. I think he needs this fight to kind of prepare for Povetkin. He does have a distinctive height and reach advantage in this fight, a distinctive height and reach advantage. If he can maintain his distance, he should be able to walk through this fight pretty easy. Shall he be able to maintain his distance? He's fighting a southpaw this time, though. That is a natural-born street fighter. So this guy's not going to just bow down and just let, go at it. But I do see the Bronze Bomber winning this fight. Let's go over the last 5 opponents' records. Combined 130-22 with 6 draws of Deontay Wilder's last 5 guys, where Szpilka's is 130-19. So if you want to add the stars up, they're about the same. I mean, they really are. You got Jennings and Adamak down here on Szpilka's record, and that's strong. You got Stavern. So I mean, Szpilka's arguably got a better resume than Wilder. But I think with the height and the reach advantage, and Wilder seems to get a little bit better at boxing a little bit better with his footwork and stuff. I watched some tape on him against Haye. He's not ready for guys like that, man. He just ain't ready. He's too clumsy and so on and so forth. And I hope he improves, because I want an American heavyweight to back in the game. I really do. But do I think he's ready to compete? Do I think he's a top 3 heavyweight at this time? No, I don't. I'm not even sure if he's a top 5, to be honest with you. But we're gonna this fight right here is gonna tell us a lot about him, a lot more about him than what we've seen previously, especially what we've seen against Molina or Duhaupas. Okay, and Duhaupas got on him. He got on him a few times. If this guy gets on him like that, this fight's over, guys. This fight's over. But I don't think he's going to get to him as easily, because, I mean, Duhaupas was right there with him, reach to reach, was right there with him, height to height, size to size. Whereas Szpilka, he's got a very, very distinctive advantage over him in both of those areas. We're going to take the Bronze Bomber to win by knockout.